Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a coffee talk, my friends. It is Sunday the 16th. Got my coffee. How about you, Pilgrim? You got your coffee?
Oh yeah, I've got my Royal Blend tea coming at you from the correct side of the Atlantic. No free gifts today. You've ruined yourselves, guys. You've not bought the merch in enough
Yep.
quantity for me to offer you a free gift with your cup of tea.
We can't afford the pictures on it anymore. It's just a cup now.
It's just a plain mug, look. Plain green mug. No more writing pictures or anything else.
Just a mug.
Not doing me any favours, guys.
Good morning, gents. We got Stickler, Bonzi. Who else is in here? We got it looks like Stickler and Bonzi. There's others here. Oh, Ubrit's here. Gator's here. Zemke, what's going on, man?
Zemke.
Good morning
That's
to
a good
everybody.
tune,
Hey, Diablo's here too. Good morning. Congrats on the 3 mark on the Char
On the
MLE.
light.
On the Char
Yeah,
MLE.
what a light tank to do it on, eh?
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. It's not new digs yet. It will be in a couple of weeks' time. This is Pilgrim devoid of stuff. 40 years of my life went into the skip yesterday. So we've now got an excuse for the House General to buy more furniture.
He just
Curtains, carpets, you know.
just sold half his household, which was apparently a significant part of his retirement plan.
Exactly. Yeah, the Hobbit hole is now empty. We need a Gandalf. Yeah.
See that?
That's it. I see that. What is that? An electrical connection?
It is. Noticed this morning when I got up that I have a well for watering the lawn,
Yeah.
and my pump was running, but nothing was happening.
Right.
So I went over to my sprinkler control head and turned it off, and it didn't turn it off. So
Right.
so I've got a pressure issue of some kind. So I had to actually,
Right.
and it's not a throw. It's this whole stupid thing. That's
Pull
how
it
old.
out. Like
Well, this
I tell you,
yeah.
that's like a
Oh yeah, you
fuse
just pull it out. Yeah,
Right.
and that thing
Right.
that thing is. I mean, it's at least 20. It might be 30 years old.
Wow.
So
That's positively antique.
I know, and I'm a little bit worried about what it's going to cost to fix or replace it.
Yes. Yeah. So did you pump water up from underneath the ground?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like that idea. I like the idea of a heat pump like that. You know, you can get heat pumps that tap into the thermal layer. Free
Yeah.
energy. Yeah, I like that idea.
Midnight, what's happening?
Costs an arm and a leg for that sort of stuff, mate.
So if anyone's got any experience with pumps, well pumps with wells, I'd be curious. I think from a cursory interweb search, it's something to do with the pressure.
Right.
Well,
So,
and that's
check
what
valve
it's.
issue with the
Yeah,
pump.
check valve was the other thing. But where is that? Is that down at the bottom? I don't know where the check valve is. I do have a pressure gauge, and it looked pretty low, but I actually didn't investigate too much because the pump was already warm, so I pulled it out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it didn't damage the pump already, but it was starting to smell hot, but there was no smoke yet. But it was not far from usually 1 in foot portion. Does that mean down at the bottom? Anytime I've heard someone have a... Yes, Diablo, that is all I know so far as well. That's exactly what I have heard, and in addition to pain in the ass, expensive.
Well, how deep's the water table where you are?
I don't know how deep it is. It's not a deep well. It's fairly shallow.
Right.
The water table is not deep. I can probably go... I sunk some posts, and I maybe got 3 feet, and it started filling with water.
But that's what I was going to say. If the cost to get a new pump is like in crazy sort of money, then why don't you just dig out a pond and then siphon the water from there?
Well, I mean, that's problematic because now you got an open pond, which attracts mosquitoes and other
Yeah.
critters, and
All right.
that would be a fairly deep pond anyway. I mean, I would have to. So it's a pretty deep well. It's not a deep well as they call it around here, but it does go deep enough to get water.
Okay. You're not hitting salt water, are you? Because
No,
you're not far from the sea.
no.
Oh, okay. The one also purifies water with what's in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
40 to 60 feet. Wow.
Yeah. So my other adventure is my other adventure yesterday. I'm out hedging, happily
All right.
hedging. Yeah, happily hedging along near the side of the house,
Yeah.
and got a little over exuberant trying to cut a couple vines, and I cut my internet.
Right.
I cut my internet cable.
Get off, man.
Yeah.
They're coming threes, you know. Have you had a third one yet?
Well, yeah. Don't.
Come on, think of it,
yeah.
think of
Don't. I'm sure I have. I don't know what it was.
All right.
I don't know what it would
All
be,
right.
but
All right.
I think the third might be the cost of getting the well fixed.
Oh, yes, it could be, couldn't it? Well, if that's the case, you need to bring your son back from college and send him out to work to earn some money.
Yeah.
Got to earn some money. Stop being educated and get some money.
I think I'm gonna have someone do the well because that's a little beyond my knowledge.
All right.
So, back internet cable cut.
Yeah.
It's like
So how come we're streaming? How are you? Is it?
Well, it's a good question. So, when I was younger and my dad had an electronics shop, I did a lot of cabling, mostly for CB radios, but some TV and phone stuff and all that. And there's various ways. And basically, it's just a coaxial cable that I have. It's not a fiber into the house. Actually,
Okay.
it's run from the box.
Yeah.
This one goes underneath the house because I have a crawl space. Comes out a vent on the other side of the house. Goes
Right.
outside the house and then back inside the house into the office. It's a shit show. But anyway, that's why the cable's outside for that section.
Yeah.
So I look at the cable and I'm like, all right. Standard act, you go to the internet and start looking at it. And it's like, all right, it's an RG6 connector. I'm like, all right, that sounds right. But I'm looking at the cable. I'm like, man, this is really thick cable. What the hell? Like, all right, whatever. So I go to Lowe's, looking on their little section right there, and they've got all kinds of connectors. There's F-types, there's crimps, there's screw-on, there's press-on, which are not quite
Yeah. There's
as,
a million different ones, isn't there?
but they're all basically the same threading and whatever. So I had to get the two males and then a female adapter between the two because I had a cut. So I had to put those two back together. So I buy a package of each and go out there and I cut it. I didn't buy the crimping tool and I didn't buy the automatic
Yeah. The
stripper. The stripping. I
shrink.
didn't buy the
Yeah.
stripping tool either because I've done it before with a knife. You just be careful, cut it off, all that stuff. So I cut it down, get it measured where I think it's right, and I take that adapter and I bought the screw on. I'm like, well, that's easy. You just
Right.
you cut the the center conducting dude to a certain length, and then you cut back the plastic inside the foam or plastic foam, where all that stuff is.
Is it copper wire or filament?
It's a copper wire,
Copper wire.
but the ground is the filament stuff or whatever it is.
It's the weave around.
Right. So
Yeah,
you roll that back, and then you
Yeah.
screw the adapter on top of it,
Sure.
and so that's how it makes the ground, and it presses it against the plastic on the outside of
Yeah.
the wire, and that's fairly sturdy. I mean, not it's not a crimp, right? The crimp's the best way to do it, but I didn't want to buy $40 tools to do all that shit.
Yeah.
So got it all cut down, and I try to screw this thing on, and the wire is just thicker than I remember. I'm like, and it won't. It's not, the hole's not big enough, so to speak, to go over. So every time I start screwing down, it just won't grab because it actually won't go inside the threads. So then I start trying to carve down the plastic, bevel the plastic at the edge, which is a big pain in the rear, so I can get it so it'll bite.
It's all a big pain.
So it'll bite, but there's so much of the ground in the way that it still won't bite. And I'm worried that if I keep cutting out ground, I'm not going to have enough ground
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
So that required a second trip back to the stupid
Wow, dude.
big
this
box
is a-
store. Yeah.
This is a shit show and a half, isn't it?
And we have a huge storm coming, so I have like 2 hours before it just rains cats and dogs. And my mom's here. She's trying to actually submit a writing project she's doing.
Right, and you've got no internet.
And my daughter's here. She has homework to do.
Oh man.
It's awesome.
So, do you feel that you should have perhaps gone and, in the first place, and bought a crimping tool and all the necessaries?
No.
$40 worth.
No, because I went back and I don't know if you guys do this, but when you're looking for, hey Stones, how you doing? When you go to these stores and you're looking for something, you stand there in that aisle looking at all the possibilities for like 30 minutes, 45.
Yeah.
And you look at something and then you're like, well, I should have measured this, or man, I wish I had a picture of it, because you never have everything you need, and it's always not quite right,
Yeah.
And then I went to the internet because there was something in the back of my mind I was trying to remember from back in the day, and basically the cable is an RG11 cable.
Right. Okay.
All right, so it's slightly thicker,
Yeah.
and it's made for long runs. It has less loss over long runs, and it's a pretty long run from one side of the house underneath to the other. So it's the thick cable run into the house, and then if you do other stuff off of the, I'll call it the bus, but the central section, you use the more flexible wire, which can go shorter runs. So it's the thicker cable. So I found a F-type, and then after much searching, I realized that the F-type actually is slightly bigger.
Okay.
And the threaded one is just that much smaller because it wants to grab, and whoever manufactured it, it doesn't work for RG11. It would have been nice if the thing said that.
Yes.
So I bought the press-on ones, and they work. So I get back, recut everything, press those bad boys on, stick it together.
Wow. Oh, you're now an internet engineer now, aren't you?
Yeah. So now I got this.
See?
And then I wasn't smart enough to buy shrink tubing. So I freaking get out the electrical tape, and I put a big gob of electrical tape all over the. So I have a real.
You didn't get any heat shrink.
I didn't get any heat shrink.
Professional.
No, I'm not that smart. I actually thought I had some, and then whatever.
Right, with a heat gun. You got a heat gun somewhere, I guess.
No, because I'm that guy. I use a lighter.
A lighter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This tune comes to mind. Yep. That's my internet there, look.
Yeah.
There it is.
Significant amount of swearing. And then where I cut it is coming out of the vent. So where I cut it, I had about that long of one. The other side was super long. I actually moved it out for the bushes, and I sat there and I could. But the other one, I had to get up against the house and mess around with that much.
Exactly, Banzai. And to think he flew multi-million-dollar jets for a living.
I'll have you know, I fixed it, Bonzi. I fixed it.
Well, it's working, touch wood. It's working so far, so... Good job, sir. Good job.
Got there. I eventually got there.
It wasn't quite a non-com effort. It was more of an officer's effort, wasn't it? Bodge it while you can.
So it took 2 hours to do something that if I had done it in the last month would have taken me 15 minutes. It took me 2 hours to remember all the different little steps and the things I needed to do, and trial and error, and like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, I got to do that, and all that shit, Yeah.
I do agree. Bravo, Mike. He had people when he was active, when he was on active duty.
Hey, I'm just glad.
About shit like
I'm
that.
just glad I didn't have to freaking call somebody and wait 3 days. That's what most people would do.
Yeah, there is that.
They wouldn't even have a clue. They'd have to call the company and have them come out and fix their cable.
Well, this is the one thing I'm dreading at the moment, because whenever you move house, the one thing that will go wrong with moving house is two things: is your facilities like your gas and electric, and the other thing that goes wrong is your internet. Because currently, as you can see, my internet is here. It's all wired in and everything. It's the old box that sends to everybody, but it's that's fiber going into the wall. That goes into the computer. That's an RGB 8, I think.
What's it? What's it sitting on, a petrol can?
Yeah, no, that's. I have. These are my fish tank. Well, I have to have the fish tank water in my room, so I get RO water, which is devoid of all nasties and contaminants. So I get it from the local fish shop to do my tank, and I've just done them this morning. But but I have to keep. I have to keep the fish water in my dressing room because she won't have it anywhere else in the house. So that's a de facto dressing table at the moment.
Okay, bravo, Mike. That's interesting.
RJ45.
Is RJ45 like RJ11 in that it's thicker? I don't. Maybe they just used RJ11. It's just the phone.
Yeah,
you know,
that's RJ45. That's the thickness of it.
yeah. Maybe it must be RJ4. I mean, it's not the Cat 4 or whatever. It's not that cable.
No, but it's a similar thickness to that.
No, this is coaxial. It's the
The one that
coaxial
goes out from you. Yeah, okay.
from outside. Yeah, this is. I think it's 11.
Got it.
Yeah, RG is it's coaxial. Yeah, that's what comes into my router from outside.
Right. Got
Yeah, yeah, yep. It's just a coaxial, so it's not not the good stuff. It's not. Although I don't even know when they say you've got fiber. Does anyone actually? Do they actually really run the fiber from their box inside your house?
No, that's the bottleneck. Your fibre comes to your house because our server box is at the top of the road, and that they changed it all to fibre a couple of years ago. And then the fibre optic they've had to run to the house, but from the house to the box, and from the box to the computer, it's back to standard copper.
Well, see, they're saying yes. Does that mean you can? So if you spent the money,
can you do fibre optic in then? Yeah.
Okay, they're doing full fiber runs. Yeah. I think what happens generally is for people who don't really know or care, they'll tell you it's fiber, they'll sell you the plan, they'll come up and hook it up to whatever cable you still have at your house, and they're not going to bother to offer to do anything.
Absolutely. That's exactly what happened here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm paying for fibre to the wall. The
Yeah.
fibre from the wall to my system, that box, and then the computer is copper. But I didn't know that at the time, as well you just pointed out. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then I didn't. I mean, I have noticed a significant increase in speed, but I bet if I measured the speed between the wall and the computer, there's been not much difference. That's where the bottleneck is.
Yeah. And I suppose if you wanted to spend the money and do it, you could have fiber all the way through the whole thing.
Well, I've got the cable for the new house here.
I don't think it
Fiber
necessarily.
cable.
It doesn't really matter
Dead
though.
thin. It's it's like that thin. You know what I mean? But
Oh,
I've
really?
got it all here ready to fit when I move
Oh, okay.
to the new house. I'm going to plug in fibre inside.
So I haven't seen too much difference. It seems to be fine. I'm sure I have a little loss with that whole connection shenanigans out there, but I don't think it's I don't think it'll be noticeable. Not to me anyway.
Good. Well, I mean, it looks like everything's working okay.
Yeah.
You're streaming all right and everything,
Yeah.
so it's cool.
Touch wood.
Yeah, it is. It is Banzai. The bottleneck is the router. Yeah.
All right, so that's been my challenge. Currently, let's talk about tanks. Currently working on
Let's
the
talk about
Sturv 103B at
What?
tier 10, working on the Sturv K at tier 9, working on the Kari and the Scorpion, the regular Scorpion, not the Scorpion G. Although the Scorpion is my no bounty tank, it's just my credit earner tank right now. And the SMV 56 at tier 7, which is the
how's that going?
I like that thing, man.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was running like a
didn't notice you
47
playing
win
it.
rate. I was running a
Oh,
40,
that's
47.
alright.
Yeah, it was terrible, and then got it up to 54%. So I'm actually doing a lot
Okay.
better with it.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's right, Gator. It's cheated me. I'm always being cheated. Everywhere and at all times, everyone is out to get me.
Of course.
Yeah.
The way the world works.
Where are you on Battle Pass? I'm on 34
Ooh, crikey. 22. You've shot ahead, haven't you?
of the second chapter, so I'm more than halfway through the second chapter.
22 I am, so I'm a little bit behind now.
I've actually
Not
played.
even halfway through.
I've actually played a lot the last few days, quite a bit.
I was going to say, you must have played a lot because you were down in the 20s, I think, last week, weren't you? Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I've been playing with Zemke. Well, we platooned for the first time in ages with a chap called, brilliant name, Yoo-Hoo.
Yoo-hoo, yeah. Yep.
Y-O-O-H-O-O, yeah.
Yep.
And as we were saying before we came on stream, I've found a way to get your mojo back, guys. If you're not having fun, and World of Tanks, then platoon with 2 players who are significantly better than you. Then all you do is just sit back, let them win the game, and your win rate goes up through the roof.
Yeah.
Which I found was quite useful.
It's always useful to play with better players because you can learn things too. You can learn stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, you can learn that you can sit back and let them do the winning.
Midnight, yeah. No, there's
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, what government secrets do you want? Have the FBI knocking on my door later.
Yeah, there was a big deal over here recently with some kid.
I read that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was, yeah. I mean, he was probably. He was. I would give him the benefit of doubt and just call him a foolish fool, as opposed to a bona fide, genuine spy or something.
I don't know. I got a lot of questions about how that all went down, but anyway,
Yeah.
we'll just leave that out of it. Very interesting situation, anyway. However you look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. So that's what I'm doing
Where we
in
at?
the game. Battle Pass. Maybe Wednesday to stream. We'll see. I may end up taking Wednesday off. I may have to take it off because I've got to get my mom to the airport, and of course she's leaving right in the middle of the day, so I'll have to
Fine.
probably take that day off. And that's it, man. You got any more? You got any channel news you
Well,
want to have?
I'm off on Thursday if your stream runs to a Thursday. I don't know,
Okay.
but
I'll probably be
All right.
yeah, I think I'll be working Thursday.
yeah, no sweat. But Wednesday, if it's later in the day for you, it'll be later in the evening for me. So I might be able to jump in at some point.
Sounds good. Well, let's get to shilling then. We got a lot to
Let's
talk
do
about.
that then.
The blue lights out, my friends. Get your wallets.
Didn't pack it.
Get out your wallets.
Yeah. Get out your wallets.
I said get out your wallets, and I looked at this again.
Yeah. You're quite depressed now, aren't you, about all this? What you need is a local engineer to come and fix it for you. You know what I mean?
I got a friend who's pretty
Friend.
smart with a lot of stuff. I'm gonna give him a call and see if he's got any inside
Yeah.
info. But
Does the pump run continuously then? Just to come back to the
yeah, it's
pump
just
thing?
running. Yeah.
Just in the background, just constantly runs.
What I'm gonna do is let it cool down, and after we're done here, I'm gonna go put that back in, and then I'm gonna try to turn on the
Alright.
sprinkler head and see if it's picking up any water.
Alright.
That'll be my first test. It probably isn't, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Okay.
But it was so warm, I decided, and we were just getting ready to do this. And it was funny too, because it's like a perfect storm. My wife turns on the
Yeah.
AC really low for sleeping, and because it's Florida and this is an old house, it runs constantly, which drives so she has to have it at 70 for God's sake. So when I get up, I turn it back up so I can give the damn AC a rest. And then when it finally turned off, I'm like, why do I still hear something going?
Got ya.
I'm like, that sounds like the damn pump. And I looked outside, and was it the sprinklers on? Nope. So I think probably what happened is the sprinklers came on. And then for whatever reason, the pressure thing was messed up, and it never turned off. Like all the cycles went through.
Yeah, he was
And
trying.
then-
He was trying to pump up. Yeah. He was
Yeah.
trying to pump stuff up.
Yeah, it was trying to pump its pressure up, and so it just kept going.
Yeah.
Pull off a sprinkler head and see if there's any sand coming out. Oh. All right. Cleaned the AC coil. It's a brand new unit. I haven't yet, but it's only like 2 years old. I do need to do that, actually. Get in there and spray it down.
Well, cleaning the AC coils could be a big job, but actually, funny this is, I was watching a YouTube video last night on cleaning AC coils, and apparently it's quite easy. There you
Yeah.
go. Isn't that funny how that comes?
But you just
I was watching it last
you
night.
just spray them down. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Zemke. Yeah. Swamp cooler does.
Crikey, yeah, you need
swamp
a mortgage
cooler.
to pay your electric bill.
Swamp cooler does not work in Florida. Not well. It's very
What's a swamp cooler?
It's a cooler that runs water over the vents,
Oh, right, okay,
and then
right.
I think it sucks in the air, right? And that the water cools the evaporative cooler. There you go.
All right, got you.
So
That seems more trouble than it's worth because of humidity. Yeah, I was going to say, Gator, humidity.
So really, I don't know. I guess I've always heard the swamp coolers were very inefficient in humid areas. We had them in Utah. That's what we had in Utah, swamp coolers. They worked nicely. They do, but it's better. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they work well in the dryer. 10 kpr, nicely done, man. Nicely done. All right, let's see what we got here.
Let's do tank, shall we?
Yeah, let's sell. I got to sell some stuff because I'm gonna have to buy a new pump.
Yeah, you got to pay for a pump.
That's not how it works.
Not how it works, no.
All right, here we go. What do we got? Featured. Man, they are selling a bunch of stuff. They are selling the 3D styles that you can actually get for the what is it? For the
Offspring.
Oh, I'm trying to think of it. For the help me. Birthday.
For the birthday.
The birthday. Right. The birthday. So they're selling those.
Squid.
So you can get candles. Also, too, and in addition to, I was just reminded of this, the code is extra candles, guys. That is 6 extra candles. Works on both EU and NA. So you'll get six extra candles on that. I have all 3 of those styles, so I was just looking. We'll get to that in just a minute, but there's not a whole lot in this birthday thing.
It's very much a sort of non-event, isn't it? 12 years in the gaming community with a game that is this old should be a thing to celebrate, and it's a bit of a damp squib.
Yep, a damp squib. But anyway, you can buy them, $12. Ooh wee.
Nice.
Yeah, and then notice that, and here's the other one. So there's one for the E75, there's one for the T30, there's one for the Tiger 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get all those. Now, then I scrolled down, I went, oh, interesting, you can also buy the bundle with all 3. And I said, what is this? Oh, so now they're packaging candles with some of these other packages. I think the best one I saw is the Mutant, if you don't have that yet. Remember, this is a pref tank. And it's definitely been power corrupt. It's kind of interesting, though. But you get $23 worth of gold with 5,000 gold. So then you're really only paying $22 for the... is that right? No, 27. Math and Public. 25, 27, something like that.
Yeah.
For the tank itself. And then you get a few extra things in here along with it. And you get 20 candles, which might push you up enough to get one of the 3D styles if you're that interested in it. So not an amazing deal, but it's all right. The candles are in your depot. I'll go show you where that is. Same place that your Twitch stuff is, that your drops are. What else we got? We've got the G-Sor on sale. We've got the Basantes back on sale, and all of these have candles attached to them. We've got the, if you want a light mark VIC, it's there. The KV5, but here's an interesting one buried at the bottom. The Iron Arnie is for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seen that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got the LT432.
Is it?
And its bundle.
So this thing is just the tank and a crew, so it's $41 for Iron Arnie. I didn't see the 432. Where is it? Is it down here somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, $28. Yeah, yep. As is the Black Dog.
How much? Oh man.
$28.17 for us.
No, I've got I want to say $150 worth of package here. LT432.
Well, there may be one, but down. Yeah, that's up above. Keep scrolling because, as always, they haven't put everything together. It's all freaking just randomly in there.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah,
yep.
Got you.
And then the Offspring thing, and I think there's a really crazy Offspring package in here. Here it is, $138.
You've got to say, haven't you? You've just got to say.
Now you look at it and it goes. It says you've got, the tank and just tons of stuff, but it's all decals.
Yeah, it's not tons of stuff, is it, really?
There is 7,500 gold. There are 5 million credits. Some credits earned, 25 credits earned, which are nice. and then 50 missions for times 5. Your crew, I don't remember, guys. Are they a 0 skill? They do come with Brothers in Arms. I don't know if it's a 0 skill. And they have enough XP to be for one 100% trained skill perk. That seems to be a new thing that they're doing a lot now, too. Sending out crews that you can actually train. Not only do they come with Brothers in Arms, they have enough experience to actually have one skill.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff, but a good bunch of it is decals. Makes you wonder how much they think all those decals are worth. But
well, these candles, I'm using them just to buy the large consumable kits. I'm not using them for anything else. I don't want decals, so it's useful for that. If you're gonna get candles.
Yep. I don't know. I could probably find out actually the offspring thing because it is a US tier 8. There it is. And that's the crew, so let's find out. Doesn't it say something somewhere? Zero perks. Yeah, 0 perks. That's what that means, right?
Yeah.
Right. So Brothers in Arms is a 0 perk. There you go. So they are. Oh, screen's blocked. Yeah, sorry guys. I'll show you what I mean here. So we go here, we check this guy out. You go here, right here. So that's what that means, I believe. Oh my goodness. I've lost the plot, Pilgrim. There we go.
Yeah, lost the plot. No, you haven't. She got worries. You got worries.
So 0 perk. You don't have the China HTs, US HTs, or the Italian TDs. Which one should I go for first? China heavy tanks. Which heavy tanks, though? Don't they have 2 now? Right? Because we've got we've got the rocket tanks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so off the Type 58. I actually like both lines. But I think the rocket tanks are better. I really do. I think they're pretty damn good. And you've got US heavy tanks are, well, there's 2 versions of that, 3 sort of, actually. But one you have to get through some a 1 medium tank and then another heavy tank. The M series are mediocre. I mean, they're okay. The tier 9's horrible. The 110E5 is pretty good. The 103 is recently buffed. I think all these guys are recently buffed, although the T29 is recently nerfed. What was the other choice? Italian TDs.
See, I like those purely for the aesthetics because they look nice. Whether they're good or not. I enjoyed these Italian TDs, to be fair.
Italian TDs are pretty good. I actually kind of like them.
I like them.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's a good question. Which one to go with next? Yeah, most of the US tanks have a tumor. The 103 was recently buffed, so it's a little bit better. But it still has the tumor. I don't know. I would go if I was pinned down. Kind of depends on what you like to play, but the rocket tanks are very interesting. They definitely have some capabilities with the rockets. It takes a little bit of getting used to sort it out, but pretty good. I think that's what I would pick out of all those. Yeah. Yeah, the BZ-75. Here's the thing about that, guys. What's fascinating about it is let's go look at the stats on those right now, the rocket tanks, because they were at the top. Of course, they were recently released, so that's the question. Are they still there? Let's find out. Go to let's try the tier 10 heavy tanks. What's at the top? Okay, all the usual suspects. BZ-75, the second tech tree for win rate. DPG definitely dropped down, so it's a little bit further down. Frags dropped down a bit. So it's It's solid, not amazing. It was at the top, but as you would expect, over time it goes down a little bit as more and more people play it. But it's up here, right? It's not down here. It's not hanging out with the Maus and E100 and ST2 and Panzer 7. It's vying for top slots, and certainly if you go tech tree, let's see what it looks like just looking at tech trees. 4th, 2nd, 5th, 5th again. Assist is kind of whatever, but it's still in the top 10. Drops a bit on hit percentage. That's the derpy gun. Pen at 4th. So yeah, man. In terms of frickin' tech tree, which is what you really need to compare it against, solid. Let's look at 9.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's look at 9. We got win 8 is kind of whatever, but 4th there. 1st in win rate. 4th in DPG. 5th in again, same story. Strong.
No, it's a solid performer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, not many people are playing it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely nothing wrong with that. I wonder how the 8's doing. The 8 might be the weak sister. I don't know. Nope, 3rd. Okay, win 8. Where is it? Again, that doesn't necessarily matter. That doesn't necessarily matter because it's it's individual stuff, but still, it's solid. 3rd. Drops a bit there. 5th or 6th, something like that. Frags. A little bit lower. So it's in the top half. It looks like. What is that, assist? Yeah, down there. Hit percentage is probably bad because the gun's derpy. Where is it? Oh, way down here. Yeah, not good. Pen percentage. Same story. Does fine. I wonder what the 7's doing.
Yeah, I like the 8. I'm playing the 8 at the moment.
The 7's actually extremely strong, I think. Number 1, win rate. 2, 1, 2, 3. Drops off on assist. Hits, same thing, but not that far, down to 4. Pen 2nd. Yeah, the 7 is one of the better, if not the best, in some respects, tier 7. It's certainly in the argument, although the M445 is doing really nicely as well, which is pretty funny turnaround for it. Yeah, so there you go. That was a good tangent. We got to get back to selling stuff, though, don't we?
Yes, let's do that. While we were talking, I'm just upgrading the gun on the tier 8, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get back to Shilly.
Yeah, so the Offspring thing is out there, guys. I mean, that's a lot of money for that, but there you go. If you're an Offspring fan, maybe that's your thing. I think that's pretty much it for this part of it.
Doesn't it seem, though, that the prices are being racked up? They're creating bundles that will have a bespoke appeal, because not everybody enjoys the bundles. And it just feels like the money's being pushed up a lot.
Well, it's kind of interesting because we're going to talk about that a little while later in subjects du jour, but what's going on with the patch / Watt Plus / Crew 2.5 and all that.
Yeah.
Is it related that they've got a hard push going on? I don't know. Because it's been delayed. We've got a rumor on that, guys. We'll go over it in a minute. Yeah, this is all pretty much similar stuff. So there you go. Lots of weird packages and stuff, so to speak. Now, what I'm talking about on how to use your candles, Depot, the parachute, and of course you can do Token Store, or you can do what? World of Tanks birthday. So here's the 3 3D styles you can get. They're 35. I've got 40. I have all 3, so I can't buy another one, so why would you want to? Then you've got these other styles, or you can get 3 consumable packs.
Yeah.
Which I will do right now. I can get another...
you only get 3 sets.
Yeah.
3 sets of 3, yeah.
So which means I guess I get some styles, or I just get days of... It's just, there's not enough there to spend on. Why? How come there aren't personal reserves? How come there aren't 6 3D styles? How come there aren't 12 2D styles? How come what is the purpose of making it so limited in terms of selection?
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't want to put a tank
like
there.
I said, it's a damn squid, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like
I mean, you don't want to put a tank there. Okay, that's fine. But when you have so much stuff, more consumables. Like I have, look how many candles I have. I can't even frickin'
Bond stuff. Use the candle so you can buy Bond stuff,
Yeah.
equipment, anything. Big old deal. 12 years in the game. I mean, there's not many games around that's been around for 12 years. Big old celebration, but it's like, meh.
I just noticed you can get 1 day of premium with 6 candles, and you can do that exactly once.
Yes, I just did it now to get rid of my candles. Yeah, I know Fast Red Hot. I know it's free, and I'm not moaning that it's free. It just doesn't seem to be as. So when you read the blurb, when you go to the website and it says, let me quote the website. All right, here we go.
The problem isn't the type of stuff. There's no complaint on that. That's fine. The problem is there's not enough things there to click on to use all your candles.
No, that's the truth. But here's the quote. Okay, World of Tanks is turning 12, and we are having a big celebration full of fun activities and special deals. Check out the birthday event guide to learn all about the action, gifts, rewards, and more. And you go to it, and you go, yeah.
So I can get 6.
I actually have more fun pushing my granny when she's shaving.
Don't push Granny. That's not nice.
Especially when
We do not condone elder abuse on this channel.
No, not at all. Especially when they're shaving.
Shaving the beard.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. So anyway, that's how you do that, my friends. Yeah, very interesting that you can't. It seems like I can't even use all my. I won't be able to use all my candles because I got 6
No, because
free.
you've got the styles.
Well, I got the 6 free. Also, I can get, if I play enough today, I can get 6 more, which will give me 19 or so, which isn't enough. It's enough to get another style, but then I'll have some left over.
Yeah.
Where do the leftover candles go?
With the keys.
With the keys.
Yes. With our dog's keys.
So now I'll have 4 candles and 5 keys. Weird, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah. We can always do a bit of pilgrinomics and buy loads of half-price kits to sell back again once they.
Oh, that's a good idea. Make sure.
price.
Yep. Somebody mentioned it in chat already, but yes, there is a consumable sale and there is a free XP as well. But it's the 1 to 35, guys. As you can see, 1 to 35 right there. But if you're in the market for free XP, then there you go. And consumables. I actually bought food. I have never.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
In the 12 years I've played, or whatever it is now, I have never bought a bunch of food.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm at.
No, I normally do the 3 kits. The repair kit, the first aid kit, and food. So I always buy the food. Yeah. That's the first time you bought food, then?
Yeah, I am fully embracing the semi-try-hard thing right now. Bounty equipment, food, even though I complained bitterly when I burned down to the ground. So, yeah.
Yeah, that happens an awful lot, though, doesn't it?
Can we talk for a moment about the .27 dispersion of the Scorpion?
Yes.
And how
let's do that.
badly that gun does?
Yeah.
What is the deal with this thing? It will drive you crazy. Look at my hit percentage. 61.54.
Yeah.
And it's not like I snap a lot with that gun. I mean,
yeah, come on.
I've only got 12 battles in it. It's not the old Scorpion that I've had forever, which was in many different metas. It's this meta where I'm, no kidding, hanging out in the back looking for careful shots. I have a 61%. Now it's only 12 games noted, but I had a string of battles the other day of bounces and misses that absolutely was infuriating. And then I'm like, well, you'll get that if you have a .34 dispersion or whatever. And then I looked at it and went, I'm running a .27 dispersion. Why can this thing not hit anything?
That is a good point, actually. That is a good point. It just feels like that it's nothing to do with the dispersion. It's to do with the way the thing bounces all over the place. It's very mobile.
Well, it has bad.
Mobile.
It has a lot of moving the hull and moving the turret gives it a lot of bloom. But
yeah,
theoretically, if you allow it to zoom all the way in, which I generally do with this tank in those 12 games, I mean, I'm not running around playing it like a medium like I usually do with the other one. I'm no kidding sitting back. I'm being very careful with the shots, and I'm getting nothing.
Wow. And that's that. I mean, we know it's a small sample size, but I mean, you get a feel for it anyway. You get a feel for the gun. You get a feel for the whole play style, even with 12 battles in it.
Yeah.
You still get a bit of a feel.
It could be the range. That would certainly add to some of the misses. I don't know, man. It's a weird thing. It just feels like a very accurate gun that does not perform like it should. So there's some combination of things. It isn't pretty infuriating, though, man, missing with this thing. It's crazy. But there you go.
He's got over 1,000 games in his.
Oh, wow.
So there must be a trick.
I had an IRM on it. I did. I took it off and put the turbocharger on it because it was just a little more sluggish than I like. Maybe I'll try the IRM, put it back on. Is there...
yeah, Bravo's saying it's at 0.29 dispersion. Wayne's at 0.26. Yeah, Gator, that's the same for me. The Scorpion in the US 90mm, absolutely, it hates me. Yeah. Cryotank, good morning.
Let's check this out here. I guess one of these might be useful. How do I get all the information? Is that all it does? +6 to aiming, -7 to dispersion during movement. So, I mean, you get a couple things at once with that. That might be actually pretty useful for this thing.
What field mods? Have you got field mods on it as well?
Not yet. I don't think I've unlocked many of them. No, I've unlocked a few. So I've got these two. I've got the reinforced suspension, which is durability. That doesn't really help with aiming. This thing does, I believe. So -3 to the aiming circle size, -5 aiming speed, or more aiming speed and larger circle size. That's all I've got so far. So the only other thing I can get are the view range thing. So really the only field mod thing that's going to help is this one if I pick...
Is the one, yeah.
It'll help one thing and hurt the other. Don't know. I'll keep working on it. Just initial blush is very strange. And I've always read a lot of complaints about the gun on it being like that. Don't know. Big monetization push though.
When we've played or watched you play, you seem to do a lot of hitting the ground with it.
Yeah.
A lot of dirt gets kicked up.
And definitely when I am forced to take a shot while moving, or maybe you pop around a corner or your turret's moving and the turret moves really slow, that's actually kind of a pain. If you're trying to track a really fast moving tank that has a lot of left to right lateral movement, the slowness of the turret it's difficult to actually, just the physical part of you aiming the gun in the right place can be kind of a pain because it has a hard time tracking stuff that's moving fast. But the bloom gets huge when you're moving and the turret's moving, and you know, I've had those. Yeah, you've seen it. You shoot, and the thing's 50 meters in front of you, and
he might as well just
goes right in the dirt. I don't know what the show velocity. That's a good question. Slow.
He must have missed it because he didn't have a storm, but he did manage to cut his internet cable. So.
Oh, we did have a storm. Yeah, we had a big storm. Oh yeah, last night I was grilling out in the porch.
You were grilling in the storm, man.
Well, I was under the covered part, and the grill was just a little bit outside of it, so a little bit of rain was getting in there. But we had a bunch of steaks to grill, so.
All right, that's all right. I've just made I've just paid, talking storms and rain and all the rest of it, I just paid, I want to say, about 80 no, nearly $100 to get my car valeted, which is like not expensive, but it's still money, isn't it? And then as soon as I drove it out of the valeters yesterday, it pissed down with rain all over it. It was like, what's the point? What's the point?
Well, the inside's clean, right?
Yeah, the inside's nice and clean, I must admit.
Yeah, Cliffy, the slow shell velocity makes it more difficult with the faster targets. Yep. You need a little bit more
Is that
lead.
all 3 shells? 920?
No, the APCR is slightly faster, not much at 1150.
All right.
Yeah. That's not really a big difference. It's a little bit. All right, cool. So I think that's it for subjects du jour. No, not subjects du jour. Missions and spéciales. Let's take a quick look in here. I don't think there's much going on here. Oh, that's the wrong place. There we go. Rinoceronte, top of the tree. This is the birthday thing. Looks like I can get 6 candles today. This is the last day, or is it? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on.
Hold the phone.
Hold the phone. It goes to the 18th. I didn't know that. So it actually goes to Tuesday. So I think tomorrow you can get more candles.
Yeah.
Remember, you get a lot of candles by watching the stream. So make sure you're watching the streams, guys. Just turn it on, and you might actually be getting them now, I think. You know, I thought it said you had to watch the official stream, but I was just was I watching the official stream? I don't remember. I think I was watching somebody else, and I was getting the candles as well.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if there's... Oh, there were other drops for the official stream, wasn't it? It was not just candles. There was like special drops. That's what was going on with that. I'll talk myself through it. We'll figure it out. That's pretty much everything going on there. All right, guys. That's about an hour. Let's take a 5-minute break. We'll come back with subjects du jour. We'll talk about some the Brit wheeled tank. I got some flamethrower gameplay for you. Very interesting. And then we'll talk about the common test and what is going on with 1.20.1. 5 minutes.
Stay tuned.
Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek, for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swampland teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name only known to a few. To his followers, his words are true. Guido is the man, big and gruff. He used to fly jets, but now he does the tanking stuff. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. The mountains are home where he watches the moose and hummingbirds aplenty. But he saw the need for the Wat community to have a guru and lead them gently. Down the road to Unicom land will die, trying hard in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So we broadcast his message far and wide, using YouTube, Twitch, and various means, to lead you to the promised land of WR. Win 8 and damage counts. That a mortal man is only stuff of dreams. Win your flank and then go back, was his mantra for the pack, to which they shouted, yes, bossman, that we will. Win our flank and then flex back. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido, to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came, to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right.
All right, guys, we are back. We are back. So, subjects du jour, Pilgrim.
Yeah, subjects du jour.
Let's start with the easy one. Well, sort of easy, I guess.
Yeah.
Wheeled tank.
Yes, the British wheeled tank bears no relation to the French wheeled tank.
Because we need another wheeled tank, am I right?
We do. One that has equivalent overpowered features about it that the French tanks have. Of course.
It got a little bit of a change. I don't have all the stats right here, but it's enough to know that it's on its way. At some point, super test. All right, so that's obviously not coming out tomorrow or with this particular one. Oh, Brute, thanks for the sub, man. Much appreciated. Need 20 more tokens to get you a TOG. Excellent, excellent. I don't know, guys. So the aiming time got nerfed, the durability got nerfed, the view range got nerfed. Apparently it was performing too good on the super test. I mean, honestly, this good on the super testers for doing what they do. Somebody has to test it, right?
Absolutely, that's the whole point, isn't it? But
But
I get where you're coming from now.
But they have a problem because their super test just balance wise it doesn't work, and they don't
There's
listen.
no relation to the actual game because they
Yeah.
give you all the crew skills, all the XP, all the gold
Yeah.
you want.
And they don't listen to anybody when people have input on it. But
No.
that's a whole nother subject. It says mechanics wheels, so my ass assumption is that it's the same mechanics as the EBRs and that you can't stop it.
No, and that is so annoying because look at the big flat side on it. You know, if you hit that big flat side on any other tank, that stops it dead in the water. But it's not going to be stopped, is it?
I don't know that, Cliffy. I don't know if they get maxed out crews, actually. No idea. Yeah, it was a little bit long break. Took me a moment.
It was on the second loop, mate.
It took me a minute. Anyway,
It's in the pump.
the wheels aren't nearly as big as the EBRs are, right? There's a lot of hole up here that you can shoot into.
Yeah.
The EBRs don't have as much space, and so the wheels absorb all kinds of stuff.
And the angles are not there on these things. If you look at it, there's no angle. There's
Yeah.
a bit of an angled turret, but you got that big flat-sided back if it's part of the hitbox.
And it's a
Yeah,
medium
sure.
tank, which is interesting, but it does do 60 kilometers an hour, as I recall, so it moves out.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So there you go. That is that's a thing apparently. Now I don't
Well,
know.
they're in the game.
This
They're
is
in
a
the game.
premium. This is the premium. There are some stats out there for the line itself. Speaking of lines, the Japanese TD line. Let's just talk about this real quick. I got the number. It's 13,500 experience, I believe, and it is going to come off of the Chihei, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So it's the Chihei, wasn't it?
Yeah, your Chihei tier 4, you're going to want to put 13,500-ish experience on that. And I think there's a gun unlocked in there. I think if you... One of these guns... I have it unlocked. One of these guns is, I think, the same gun. That
37 mil.
I want to say it's the 7.5. I think it's this thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So it's another 3,000 or something like that. So if you put like 16, 17 on it, I think, well, if you've got that unlocked, then you don't have to worry about it. But so 13.5 and some change. This one unlocked. If you don't have that unlocked, you're going to want to unlock that gun too. So that's that.
That's that.
That's that. What else we got? We've got, I wanted to show you the flamethrower stuff. Check this out. So this is for the RU. Guys, I have no idea if it's coming to us. We've talked about it a bunch of times. I don't know what the relationship is. Sometimes when they put the verbiage out, it sounds like it's interchangeable, that it's coming to everything. But I think this is purely RU. But check this out. So here's the little flamethrower. Watch this.
Good grief.
Now, a little while later, he's just sort of aiming with it, and then the other guy's blasting him. It says it's categorized as an SPG. It's not its own. It's not its own class, so it's going to be in with the artillery, and it actually has kind of an artillery game mechanic, where you can see I think he'll go in. There you go. So it looks like the arty thing with that kind of view, and then as it zooms in.
Yeah.
But he's also doing it this way, so we'll start firing here. And notice that it's not really taking a whole bunch of hit points off. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit.
It's the embuggerance factor. It's the distraction. If you're that tank getting flamethrowered,
I know.
you're trying to aim in on a pixel on another tank, and that hits you. It's
Yeah.
not so much the damage; it's
Yeah.
you can't see bugger all. You know.
But imagine you're, you get the old one hit point life thing, where in the past if you
Yes.
could continue to bounce, yeah, people
Yeah.
could shoot HE at you, but with some good gameplay, you might be able to. But if you got
Yeah.
this thing in one hit point, you're probably screwed, right? Because he's just dropping that over
Yeah.
that little ridge and doing little ticky tack
It's
damage.
burning you.
Yeah, ticky tack damage. And I
Tick
used
attack damage,
I
yeah.
used 1 hit point as an example, but I mean, say you had 50, you know.
Yeah, no, that again, the point well made, sir. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's another end your game mechanic, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
You know what? It does look like there's stun damage going on, doesn't it?
Oh, crew. It'll take the crew out, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you see the little stun timer on above there. I don't know if that's stun or maybe the fire or whatever that is, but so he's just going to drop it into that right over, just over top, right? That's like, okay, you're hold down. Hey, I'm hold down. I'm in a good spot. Nope, just drop a bunch of flame on
Just
you.
burn.
Yeah.
Just burn, baby, burn.
So I don't know. No idea if that's coming. There it is.
I don't know. Yeah, Midnight's waiting for spell casting to be introduced. That'll be interesting. craft yourself a spell. Throw it out.
Who knows, man? Yeah, Mad
future.
Tanker, that seems to be it. They are definitely doing things that, whether that's their plan, that's what's happening. I don't know if it's their plan, but that's more or less what is happening. And then there was one other thing I wanted to put in here. What were we going to do? Oh, the rumor.
The rumor.
The rumor. So where's Common Test, man? What's going on with Crew 2.5? They have it listed as.
Gone.
So on VK.com, where Watt Express publishes Watt leaks, a post was made for paid members about the cancellation delay of 2.5. First of all, I don't know anything. We've been told nothing is CCs on this. In fact, it's easy to comply with the NDA because I actually don't know anything because we've not been told anything.
Okay.
But this is
Now you got that out of the way.
yeah, this is purely a rumor from a Russian site, which then is problematic because that's what's interesting about this is how it gets mixed and matched. They're talking about both RU and NA's 1.20.1. So are they different or not? Again, same question. I don't know. No idea. But basically, the gist of all this is Common Test 3 was postponed. The rollout of 1.20.1 is postponed. That's the word being used in this rumor mill. What that means, I don't know, but it does speculate that it has to do with the pushback on Crew 2.5.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you are. It's in writing now.
It's probably nothing somebody with a little common sense could have surmised based on the pushback, based on the silence from Wargaming, and based on the fact that the Common Test disappeared. So it was clearly pushed back because in terms of how they usually do it, this is the first kind of speculation that the rollout will be delayed. Remember, we were expecting it in a couple days on the 18th.
That's 19th, 18th, 19th.
19th or 18th, yeah,
19th.
I guess 19th. The birthday thing ends then, and then we kind of figured, and then Onslaught starts. Although, did they? Is there any article on Onslaught? That I don't remember.
That's a good point because I've not seen anything on the news or in the forums or anything about that at the moment.
Let's see. Done a puzzle, true, festive deals, celebrate. See, there's no update from them on any of that. Celebrate, yeah. Don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, guys, on what's going on with that. What did she say, Cliffy? I didn't actually look at the video. Oh, right, yeah. They said it was starting on the 19th, right? 18th or 19th, whatever it said they were starting it on.
So this is a problem again, not having a weekly, a what weekly with Commander AF just for the NA. Now it's a combined one and it's done monthly. We're not getting up to date news, are we? Really?
I actually stopped watching it because it was no use.
No use. No.
Yeah.
We're only 3 weeks in before it comes out.
Yeah, it doesn't. In fact, it's not even. Is it here?
It's not figured in any of the news.
Where do you find it anymore? It's not even highlighted.
Well, it says it's if you go to Commander's AF video, but don't play the video, just go to the info
where do you
on
find
the
it?
screen.
Where is it?
Well, it gives you the calendar with all the things Onslaught from the 19th of April through to May the 28th. Season Griffin offering more 7 versus 7.
What monthly?
So go
No, I'm
to
just.
All News. Go to the Orange All News.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. What I'm saying is it's not highlighted on the front page. Here it is on this thing.
No, it's not on the front page. But if you go All News, it's still.
Yeah,
Canada's
no,
still
I understand
there.
that. I'm just.
Yeah.
My point is, it's not prominent. Why
No,
is
it's
it
not. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's on the calendar. Yeah. Along with everything else that's going on.
birthday 12th?
Arcade cabinet.
Yeah, Onslaught 19th. Hasn't been updated, has it? Nope.
No.
What is going on, man? They're
Scary, isn't it?
They're
By omission, it's scary.
they're flailing.
They're just
Flailing.
shutting up. They're just
Yeah.
closing all the doors, shutting the windows, being quiet, hoping it's all going to go away.
Well, if I had a Watt
All the
monthly
noise.
thing, there would be permanently something on the front page of this that was the last Watt monthly. I mean, that just seems like the way you would do it. Now this makes sense because they've got the birthday on. All right, great. That front and center, got it. Now I think that's what they think this is right here because these are all what they think are the kind of main things that are going on right here.
Yeah. So very EU centric, isn't it? Do you not think?
Yeah.
All of this. I mean, I see it because I play a lot of EU, and I also EU website, etc., before that it was put together, and there was always a very distinct difference between NA and EU. Now it's just all the same thing. It's very EU centric. Very.
Well, that
Crap, actually.
Knee Jerk's referencing the monetization comment as they came on and talked a little bit about the crew situation when they came on and said, all right, we're going to reset all the crews. Which now my question is, does that even matter anymore? Have we completely changed Crew 2.5? I mean, they came back and said we'll reset all of them, but now I don't know.
No.
Maybe it's a technical issue of trying to sort out how they're going to reset them, because now that they've said it, maybe that actually required some more coding and figuring out how the hell that's going to happen. It could very well be that. Pure speculation. I don't know, but the monetization comment was just another self-inflicted wound. It's funny to watch people freak out about how they always monetize. They're trying to claim they don't monetize. Okay, not really. In the context of the article, what they meant was, again, poorly articulated by them, which is kind of standard. What they meant is, we're not really trying to monetize this change to force you to spend gold on your crew. Okay, I'll take that at face value, but the actual result of what you're doing would do that.
Yeah.
So in that case, your intentions don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. It's the end results that matter.
Now, you can question their intentions and whether they're telling the truth. I think that's a valid thing. But then to extrapolate that out to the whole thing of, wargaming is so evil, they're always trying to monetize. No shit. Yes, they are trying to monetize their game. God.
Well, hello, it's a business.
We can have a discussion about whether they do it well or poorly or
that's a different matter.
That's another thing. But
discussion.
the whole thing of, I mean, what are they supposed to do? Give it out for free? They're just supposed to make a big free game that's one of the most popular games that's ever been built. They just give it out free, man.
Oh yeah, they don't need to pay any of the developers. They don't need to pay any of the moderators. They don't need to pay any of the, the third parties. You've got all these collabs with Arnie and all that. They don't have to pay anybody any of that, do they? It's all free.
I have an actual honest question for everybody who's watching this right now. Can anyone name me another free game that you can be as competitive in as you can on World of Tanks by being a free player? Can you name me one? I mean,
Unfortunately, yes, I can.
Can you?
But I'll keep my gob shut until we see.
No, tell me.
Well, DayZ is not monetized on vanilla servers. It is on modded servers, but not on vanilla servers.
Okay.
So you can join DayZ vanilla server, Chernarus, and have the same deal as somebody who is clanned up that has been playing it for 3 weeks.
But
Solid.
but you bought DayZ.
Yeah, you buy. Yeah, sorry, it's not free to play. Yeah, no, I get you. It's not free to play.
Now, granted, you spent $30 or 12 or whatever it is now.
Yeah.
But you can literally download World of Tanks for nothing
For nothing and play it. Yeah.
and play it and be more or less as competitive as anybody else in pubs. In pubs, you're probably gonna. But what's crazy about this game is another thing they do is you can do tournaments and stuff and win bits and drabs of gold and eventually come up with all the stuff you need.
I do that on my EU account. My EU account is my competition account.
Yeah.
So I've got a whole ton of premium tanks on there and 1 or 2 tech trees.
Can you really be competitive on EVE Online though? Free to play? Or is it a lot like it's just purely time? I feel like EVE Online you can pay to win a lot more.
Yeah, I do think there's an element of paying to win on EVE.
Although that's a pretty esoteric argument because some of the premiums we have are so overpowered that you can certainly have a small discussion or even a large discussion on pay to win to some extent. I mean, if you're buying a Skoda T56 or something like that, you've definitely bought an advantage. Absolutely. And if you go all in and you pay somebody to get you 279 early, right? Or you paid somebody to put you on a clan so you can get your chieftain when it's offered. So, I mean, there are some out there, I guess, is a good answer. But I think they've done a really good job of the free to play. I mean, you can play this stupid game for free and you're pretty competitive.
To a level. To a certain tier. Yeah, to a certain tier. I think once you start to get into the top echelon tiers, I think it becomes very difficult not to without premium time, just to earn credits to keep the game going.
But if you are good enough, you can get yourself a 279 early, and you've got one of the best tanks in the game. You can do all that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. If you purposely set your focus on getting that one tank, absolutely you can. You've got top tank in the game. I consider it 279E.
Well, yeah, the grind. Yeah, it needs you 100%. What it will cost you is time, 100%. Yeah. And that's why paying some money speeds up the grind. But I don't think it makes you necessarily more competitive, other than in some more fringe areas of, okay, yeah, I got a Skoda T56 and I bought that, and that's just better than most anything else, as one example, at tier 8. I don't know how long free to play to get a 279 early. I bet some people can do it quickly, but I don't have one, and that's been however many years since it's been released. But a lot of
playing 12 years.
Yeah. A lot of people get it fast, though. There's plenty of people who crank through it pretty quickly. I don't know. Somebody would have to... I don't know if anybody's ever started a free-to-play and decided to go for the 279 early. That's another good point, Cliffy. You don't have to play 10s to have fun. I mean, I play a lot of lower tiers, and I enjoy it. Absolutely. I am enjoying tier 10 a little bit more. I am certainly getting a little bit better at it. You don't know if he has the 279 early? Yeah, he might not. I do like tier... I haven't played a lot of tier 6 lately. I used to play a bunch of it, but I finished up the 100 Battle Challenge on tier 6 there, Pilgrim, and I just haven't gone back to it much.
No, because, I get where you're coming from. I hate this term seal clubbing. I mean, I don't personally play down beyond tier 5, 6.
Yeah.
But sometimes, just for the fun of it, wouldn't it be just... I mean, I have occasionally dipped down and gone, let's have a little bit of a laugh and a fun and just go off in your T1 or whatever it is and just bomb around and have a little bit of fun. So I just think it should be open, and all right, there are players who will go and stat pad by being either on the South American server or will go and play tier 2 and 3 just to make it whatever. But I enjoy all aspects of the game. I love it. Do you know what the best fun I've had on this game was the toilet bowl map with the tier 1, with the T1,
Yeah.
rolling down the toilet bowl and just blapping and just being crazy.
What's
was
that,
so much fun.
Valhalla or Valheim, or it was something like that, right? Valhalla
Something
or
like that, but it
Valheim?
was that little sort of ruined bit in the middle.
came down the hills.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
both came down the hills. There was all sorts going on there.
Yeah.
And you could slide off to the side and hide in the bushes or by the beach.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
good fun.
They're
You know
all
what I mean?
guns are firing quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it was just fun.
We
And
played
if you're a
a
new player and you get that, that's fun. That keeps you going.
we did a
That's
tier
what
3 the
fun.
other day on stream with the little Minnie Mouse and stuff, and
Yeah.
it is funny sometimes to go down and play tier 3 or 4 and find
Yeah.
and find the seal clubbers, because there's still just all kinds. And I know you don't like the term, but if you're talking about tier 3 and a guy's got 10,000 battles in a tier 3,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a seal clubber. And yeah, he may be having fun, but he's been beaten up on new players for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see by stats anyway who's
Yeah.
a seal club,
Yeah.
so. But genuinely going down there, just having a bit of a fun, a bit of a laugh. I do enjoy it. I mean, all right, I might put a very good crew in my Cunningham, but you know what?
Yeah, yeah, Bandu, it is. Yeah, times 5s. You get all kinds of silliness going on down there. That's kind of why lower tiers to me is, I don't know. I kind of lean towards it's more fun, but I'm starting to enjoy my tier 10 stuff a little more. I'm doing it more, getting a little bit better at the tier 10 side of things. So I'm starting to actually enjoy that just a bit more. So it's
I think that comes with realizing that even at tier 10, there are some people who do not have a clue. So if you
Yeah.
can get away from that, it is frustrating at tier 10. For me, it's frustrating at tier 10 when you get a third of your team are completely clueless, and you're like, seriously,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is not supposed to be happening this
Yeah.
way.
Well, I see why a lot of the very best players are so careful early on not to lose hit points, because I've been playing the TDs, the Sturv and the SMV. Not as much the SMV because it's tier 7. You can be a little more aggressive with that at that tier in that tank. But things
Yeah.
like the Sturv at tier 10
Yeah.
and even the Scorpion at tier 8, when fighting higher tiers, just being extremely careful early on. You need to be where you can support and get some shots. But I've done some game carrying end game, not in terms of doing 6,000 or 7,000 damage, but being around at the end and beating up the lower hit point near deads from the other team. Like I don't know, I think it was a Scorpion game. Maybe it was it was the Kari game. I was playing the Kari. Same thing with that. And it was like a 1,700 damage game, but I had 5 kills, most of them towards the end, Just kind of keeping alive, keeping my hit points, taking shots where I could, and then at the end game, because you're still there and you still have the hit points, being able to get in there, push, and kill off the end of their team.
Well, the thing is, if you're in something like the Sturv 103B, your camouflage is enough that you can be quite close and be effective. And then you've got a little bit of rearward speed, so you can end game it quite well. You can get around the map a little bit. I quite like the 103B. I think it's a hidden gem. I think it's got amazing camo. You can make it amazing camo.
Yeah.
And
it's like you said, it's got enough mobility end game. You can push a bit as long as you've got some hit points and maybe some help. In a pinch, you can do those things. At the very least, you can easily reposition to get into another stealthy spot or another place they may not expect you. So that's actually cool. You found a guy with 50,000 in the like tractor. Yeah, I've seen that. That's insane. I can't even.
Why?
Yeah. Crazy.
I mean, he's having fun, isn't he? Really? I don't know. Whatever.
I found a dude with 44% global win rate, and he was running, I don't know, some premium, and he was AFK. And he actually drove to a spot and sat there. So we won the game even without him doing anything. And of course, I look at his stats afterwards, and he plays a bunch of premiums and just abysmal damage, all in the low 40s win rates. Basically just botting his way through the game, I guess.
Yeah. I can't understand the mentality in it, though.
Yeah. Oh, can you hear the cat, oh brute? I don't know where that idiot is. He might actually be I've got a door right here that goes outside I never use. He might be sitting there. My cat is just a hole.
But he is an outdoor cat, isn't he?
But
he's not
he likes to
spoiled rotten.
He's spoiled because the whole damn street feeds him.
Oh, so he never bothers with you guys.
Well, he eats here too. He just constantly eats.
Does he?
Oh yeah. So he'll cry at the door. You let him in. He'll go to his bowl. He'll eat a few bites. He'll go back to the door, cry. You let him out, and he does this like 10 times a day. It just drives me nuts.
And there's no point getting a cat flap. You know what I mean? Well,
No.
Why would you want to do that?
No, I don't. Well, first we have the dog, so I don't want the dog trying to get out of it. Although I don't think she would fit through it because she's too big, and I don't want critters coming in the house.
Oh, of course, yeah. We got alligators down your way, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean we got possums, rats, squirrels,
No.
raccoons, snakes. Yeah, we got
enough. Hello, Zimbo. Welcome in.
Exactly,
Welcome to the party.
Cliffy. Possum flaps.
Possum flaps.
Oh yeah, they'll come in and find something on your.
See them sitting there eating with a knife and fork.
Yep.
Yeah, you got gators. You don't want gators in there, do you?
We're not anywhere near gators. I mean, we down by the bayou. Occasionally they'll come into the bay and into the bayous. We see them.
Oh, is it more down the panhandle where they?
No, we have them.
Where
I live just isn't necessarily swampy. So you'd have to go. You have to go a ways before you find where they are. Like I said, we're near the water, but it's bay water, and they'll go into the bay once in a while, brackish, but they don't hang out there a lot. I mean,
because they're fresh water, are they?
yeah, I mean they can do both, but they just tend not to be too far into the bay itself.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll find them out there swimming around in the bayous and stuff, but generally it's further up in the fresh water, near the springs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Wayne got candles, nice.
Oh, what, from the stream or from where?
Yeah. You can get sick.
Okay.
You can get sick from just watching us.
Man, that's good.
And then there's the birthday drops for watching the official stream, which has some other stuff you can get. All right, what else, man? Flamethrower common test we talked about. I think that's pretty much it. I don't have much else. Yeah, I think we did. So yeah, they definitely are doing a hard press for some monetization. We don't know what's going on with the common test / 1.20.1 / Watt Plus / Crew 2.5.
But it'll happen or not eventually, whatever we say and do anyway. So let it roll.
Reactor, thanks, man. We did advertise that earlier, but for everyone who is later to the stream here, absolutely. Extra candles will work both on NA and EU, folks. So go ahead and chuck that into your code thing and grab your 6 extra candles. Saw a story on TV, all the evasive speed. Yeah. Well, to some extent they are evasive because they're hard to find a lot of times. Invasive, evasive. Yeah. We have a big problem with the... Are they anacondas? What the hell is it? Boas? Some kind of constrictor snake down in South Florida. Stuff from South America that got in there. People letting them go, and now they've taken up residence. And you have battles between gators and snakes.
Yeah, that's proper scary though, isn't it? When it's
pythons. That's it. Pythons. Yeah, big pythons, big enough to take on gators, and gators taking them on. Crazy.
I'm sending you something which will make you chuckle about candles. But anyway.
Okay.
That's. I'll try. It doesn't do it justice if I talk it through, guys. I do apologise, but there's a comedy duo here called the Two Ronnies. One's dead now, actually, but so it's a comedy duo, and they do a sketch which involved candles, which is so funny because it's a play on the words.
Well, where he goes into the store.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that. Oh, yeah.
He asked for 4 candles.
Yep.
And he doesn't want 4 candles. He wants 4 candles.
4 candles, and that goes on and on and on.
Yeah. Absolutely, Brute.
Brute's got it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's good.
If you get it, guys, YouTube it. The Two Ronnies, 4 candles. Just watch it. It's a giggle.
It is good. It is good. Well, all right, guys. Yeah, coffee's gone, so that must be the end of it. Not much else to
Okay.
report. Like I said, I think I might be streaming on Wednesday. We'll see. After I drop me mum off, we'll come back maybe Wednesday afternoon. I'll be off that day, so that's the plan right now. Anyway, we'll see you next Sunday. Other than that, nothing else really to report from the left side of the Atlantic. But let's see who we're going to raid first.
While you're doing that, I'll give you a tip of the day, gents and ladies. Tip of the day from Pilgrim is platoon up with either Guido and Diablo or Zemke and Yoo-Hoo. Sit back, let them do all the work, and get your win rate increased on a daily basis. Easy peasy.
There you go. There you go. Play with someone who's better than you, so to speak. Onslaught stream on Wednesday. Yeah, it's going to be later in the evening, so probably not on that. But I don't know. We don't even know at this point if Onslaught's going to start, man. No, there's no word. I would bet against it actually, because it's attached to the patch. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, we will find out this week, won't we, I guess?
Don't
Diablo says
Yeah,
don't
we'll
play
throw.
with him, he'll throw the game.
on purpose. All right, let's go raid Stewie, man. He's a good Aussie. Go check him out. Appreciate you guys coming by. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the subs and the follows and all that stuff. Enjoyed it, Pilgrim. That's all I've got from the left side of the Atlantic.
Cool, that's all I've got from the correct side of the Atlantic. Stay happy, people.
See you guys.